right, welcome to Superbooth. This is Victor from UHE. We're presenting a prototype of a new delay plugin that we have in the works. It's called Color Copy. It's what you see here. It's a fairly simple delay, everything on one page. So it's a bit multi-purpose. It's nothing too fancy, but as the name suggests, it lives the reason it exists is because it produces a nice color in the delay and the feedback tail. This is what it looks like, and the main attraction is the 5 color types that you see here, that you can adjust here. The 5 colors are preset colors, so by selecting a color, you select various amounts of filtering, resonance, distortion. There's also compression going on. You can blend between the colors, so the idea is that we have a darker color, then a brighter one, then a darker, a brighter, a darker color. So you can, when you blend between colors, it's always between more extreme colors. I say extreme, but the colors are, well, they get stronger, they appear stronger. Like if you use longer longer delay tails, longer delay times. Let me give you an example. Turn up the regeneration a bit. Turn it up a bit. So you're starting to hear artifacts, starting to hear a little bit of distortion, and you start to hear how the signal gets louder and louder because the regeneration is turned up fairly high, all the way to the top, 100%. Let me cut that out for now. There's different color types as well. Let me choose color type 5. That's a bit more bass-centered. You'll hear how it doesn't cut out the bass. Instead it emphasizes it. So the signal gets a bit dark and muddy and a bit dirtier in the lower frequencies. Let's say you use it to play in a sort of performance type situation, and you have the delay all the way turned up, and of course you don't want it to endlessly go louder and louder and more distorted. There's a small ducking functionality down here, which means you'll set a threshold above which a threshold for the input above which the signal in the feedback will be ducked to your input. So you hear all of a sudden the feedback got all quiet again. That means you can work with really high regeneration values, but still in a live situation you don't have to adjust it. You just play a new note and the feedback will duck down below your new note. Alright, let me turn that back down. So it's a type of, I would say it's a bit of, like the concept behind it is a bit like the Bucket Brigade delay pedals from a long time ago, which means you have a fixed feedback length that you adjust, of which you adjust the sample rate. That means that's what it's. Let me show you what it sounds like. Let me turn up regen a bit. So the whole the whole feedback signal is of a fixed length, but it gets it's played back with a higher sample rate if you turn up rate, with a lower sample rate if you turn it down. That also changes its color, of course. So the 5 colors are important. That's what you want from that delay. It's maybe not super suited to short, neutral delays that just add a bit of room. This is a delay that lives from the color it produces. So longer delay times are more juicy, more interesting, and that's what you want from such a delay. You can adjust width, mix, output, of course, input. There's a small LFO, there's a small modulation section down here. That's an LFO, so you can modulate the rate. That's how it's set up at the moment. Let me find, which gives us a bit of a chorusy feel. There's a stronger rate modulation that's more suitable for percussion type sounds, as you can hear. The LFO can be routed to the taps as well, and to the amplitude. Let me. Yep, and maybe one word about the taps that you see here. The left and right taps that you see here, they don't adjust delay lengths for left and right channel, but they adjust the point along the delay line at which the output signal is taken from, extracted from the delay line. So the point at which you hear the delay. The length isn't changed by that. The length of the delay is always set by the rate. So let me find a quick example. Like, let's take the left output from an earlier point in time, and then so the left signal now comes first, but it's got the same length of the delay as the right channel. Set your routing here. Width, of course, doesn't have too many features. It exists. We want it to exist because of the colors that it gives you. The colors in the delay signal. That's what's interesting about it. And I think for now that's. Oh, let me actually mention one more feature. You can, with this button right here, you can let color copy read the notes that you send in. So that means if you have a nice if you have something in the delay line that you like, that sounds pleasant to you, you can freeze the signal and then turn this on, and you can actually it gets really quiet. Let me freeze that now, and now you can play it tonally with your keyboard. Yep. So it's also a bit of a performance type feature that we've got there. That's pretty much it for color copy. It's still a prototype. At some point we'll have a public beta, of course. Currently we're gathering feedback from the internal beta team, feedback about the colors, about features, what to add, what to remove maybe. Yeah, that's it for color copy. Thank you.